So, um, I keep sitting here thinking about this stuff. I need to just hit the record button and go. You know what I'm saying? I, uh, I, I'm gonna try to eventually. I'll do ones probably where I edit out all these stops and stuff. But I'm certainly gonna also have the ones uploaded that are just straight me talking, cause I want it to be genuine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't think there's enough of that out there. In YouTube in general, uh, and in life, obviously. Um, so, what I wanted to talk about is that I don't know. I noticed like a trend uh, going around. It has been for quite some time. Talking about the value of people. I'm sure you've heard that, right? Like a high value man or like a woman's uh, market value, as it were. Um, and I don't know, it got me thinking about stuff. Obviously, that's what I do. Um, and when I thought about that, I really, I kind of go through, I guess, like I mean, not all the same with each thing that I approach, but I go through steps when I approach understanding something. And one of those steps, most indefinitely, every time ends up being studying the language, you know, what it meant, where the roots come from, what other words are like the words used there, things like that. Um, with anything. So, pretty much anything at all uh, that I study, I start there, kind of. And value, obviously, being a key word in that component, I wanted to get to the bottom of what that meant. And did you know that it's actually a field of study in psychology? I forget the name of it right now. I'll cite it down below when I get a chance to look it up. But it's pretty much just studies value and what determines value and things like that, such as rarity and demand for such things and so on and so forth. And that seemed like to me because I had already, before I even studied what other people had thought, I, for a long time, had thought about it myself. What did that mean? Uh, you know, value, and particularly the value of human beings. We're special, right? I mean, that should be undisputed, but in case people like ponder on that and say, well, I don't know about that, we're incredibly special in the fact that we have far greater level of choice than any other creature on the whole entire planet to do whatever it is we choose, good or bad. That's a big thing. That's a very, very big thing. And the choice to do stuff, that choice is not only what makes us special, but makes us each individually important. Because what you choose to do today can vastly affect tomorrow. Which brings me back to the point of the value thing. People think of value in a way that's like a deal or something like that. You know, it's applied a lot to like stores and stuff like that, like Value Home Center and like True Value and Great Value products. You know what I mean? And what they mean by that when they use it in that context is getting more for less. Or at least that's the impression. That's the marketing tactic, I suppose you would say, to get a person to think, oh, that that's something I want because I'm getting an extra large big tub of butter at a value. Man, I got a great value at this store. So then, after years of using it in that context, it then becomes applied when we're talking about relationships and things like that. People saying that this person is a high value man, or this woman has good market value, or whatever dumb stuff people say. And the thing is the value of something is indeterminate. That's one of the arguments in the philosophy, is that it's a thing that is based on your needs at the time and things like that. Something becomes valuable when you need something to perform something else. And that, to some extent, is true. However, think about what we just said there. There comes a point, at some point, it would seem, that there is a possibility that any and all of those things could one day become valuable because it may become needed for something. So it is true that it's indeterminate until it is determined. It may never happen for any and all things, but it also very much may happen. I think about, like, people. Like, I looked up a couple people that had, like, success, a lot of success late in their lives. And there were a bunch of people like that. And, we wouldn't have, like, I'm sure you guys know the famous American artist Grandma Moses. Like, 100 some years old before any of her stuff, and some people posthumously get famous. I mean, and it's not even the fame thing. It's about the impact that is made upon the world and the others. It's the big splashes that people make that inspire creation for generations to come and rain down positive, wonderful things upon the world. It's contributions like that. And I argue that sometimes there are those butterfly effect, chain effect things that happen. Like, for instance, Albert Einstein's famous theory of the riding on the light beam, with the theory of relativity and the whole story of him riding on the bus and thinking about that. Well, imagine, if you will, if the story included him having a short conversation with someone just prior to that where he was off in a daydream about stuff, and the guy said something to him, and he explained to him, oh, did you know that the speed of light was, and then quoted the exact number, and the guy was like, wow, that sounds awesome. Man, really would be cool to ride that fast, don't you think? And then from there, he, because of that statement made to him, had the daydream on the bus ride just after that, because he thought about, wow, it would be cool to ride that fast. I wonder what it would be like. And imagined the bus that he was on the light beam or what have you. My point is that domino effect, the butterfly effect of stuff like that, makes it equally as important as the actual person that does the thing. Like, without those events, without those things happening to that person, without that development occurring, without the elements in his life, good and bad, might not have turned him to that exact moment at that exact time where he made that exact contribution. Meaning that everyone's value, as it were, is tied to each other in a synchronous web where all of our value is determinant upon each other's value. So I argue all men are high value men, and all women are high value women, and all people are high value. This video is just one I wanted to do before my other video, which is probably going to be the more exciting video. Exciting and not in any like major sense. I'm just going to read a couple pages of my book. I've written a little bit of a book I got pictures and cool drawn stuff. I scanned it in. I'm an artist and an animator. That has been my contribution, and I because of that, kind of have a couple theories on physics, so to speak, because we animators deal with physics a lot, and I kind of seen how some stuff moves and thought that I might want to share it with everybody because it might be of some importance or something. So that's what I'm going to do on the next video. That's why I say it might be more exciting. That's pretty much the gist of that. But I just wanted to share this philosophy and these ideas about a person's value, because I think we all need to believe in change in each other. Uh, that a person's value is indeterminate and that they can all choose the correct path to stop spreading the chain of pain and hurt that they do to one another from the pain and hurt that they've received from those before them. You dig? So, that's all I wanted to say this time. And next time we'll talk about the cool physics stuff. And I'll show you my awesome drawings and stuff. But thanks for listening. And I hope you guys have a good day. Later.